One of the things I do throughout the season, throughout 365 days a year, is look for deer. I'm scouting during turkey season, I'm scouting during the winter, I'm looking for sheds, and even during deer season, I'm still looking for deer in the midday. Well, Mike Scott and I were out on basically one of these expeditions where we're just trying to find more deer, looking for rub lines, looking to see if there's some new trails that are popping up. And I'm walking through the woods without a cameraman, without a bow, and 25 yards from me stands up a giant of a deer. And the only thing I had with me was my cell phone, so I snapped a couple of pictures with my cell phone, and there's no zoom or anything on that, so basically all you see is big antlers on the top of a deer's head. So I got the pictures and I backed completely out of the area.
Nate gave me a call on the cell phone. He said, I have got a Booner standing right here in front of me. We got to double back to the truck, go get the camera, go get the bow.
So I got the pictures, and I noticed that the deer took a step and he had a horrible limp. It almost looked like his front leg was hanging. I knew the deer wasn't going to go far. He was already in thick cover.
And we hoofed it back to the truck.
So we got back to my truck and I said, Mike, we're going to try to put a stalk on this deer.
I wasn't expecting this at all that day. I mean, when Nate called me and we get back to the truck, get the camera, get the bow, we're heading back out there. My legs felt like jello by then. And I told him, I said, we got to stop for a minute, catch a break. I do not want to mess this up for us. I mean, this is a big deer, a big opportunity.
He's huge. We haven't even got the camera on him yet, so we'll see what happens. This is a deer that weighs over 250 pounds on the hoof, and he's got one front leg that he's basically walking on. He's not going to want to go far. He's going to try to use cover and hide more than his legs to run away. And
Nate was telling me 90 yards. We're 90 yards away right now. We'll get a little bit closer, and he said, I saw him right there at 25 yards, and he's not there. So, we took a walk over slowly, and I'm trying to keep the camera on the whole time so I don't miss a thing.
We got about to the spot where I thought we left him, and I looked where I'd taken the cell phone picture, and there was no deer there. So Mike and I are standing there just kind of discussing where we thought he might have went, and it wasn't long that he bolted across the ridge.
And I did what I could to at least get some footage on him. I knew we weren't going to get a shot because he was running across the hill about 60 yards away, but I tried my best to get some good footage.
He's going out through there. He's got velvet hanging off the right side. A deer, when they get an injury like that, they do not want to rub their antlers on trees. It's the last thing they're thinking about is ripping that velvet off. He's in survival mode at that point. We jumped him, but he's carrying that front leg. Well, we bumped the deer, but we knew that he wasn't going to go far. He's running on 3 legs, basically. So Mike and I just decided we were going to stay with this deer and see what we could get out of this.
A couple times that we did bump him, we didn't see much of him. I mean, we saw a tail, maybe part of the antler, the velvet that was hanging off the right side. It was very hard to catch up with this deer enough to get some decent footage. We stayed on the trail and followed him out the ridge, and I knew that there was a piece of this property we were hunting that this deer was gonna have to go through some junk. I mean, it was a logged area, so there are logs, there's thick brush, there's briars. We knew he was probably gonna be on the other side of that thicket or somewhere bedded down in there. So we were on high alert heading toward this thicket.
He wasn't going to be able to jump logs. He wasn't going to be able to go under logs. And just about the time we got to that basically natural wall, we looked to the right and that deer is starting to double back on us. He's right there. Come on, Mike.
He thought he was hidden. We looked down the hill and there he is, 20 yards broadside. And it was a little dark in the trees that he was standing in. And I had a hard time finding that deer in the viewfinder.
He thinks he's concealed himself. He's just hiding. He's hiding from us. He's decided he's going to use his natural defense to hide rather than his legs to get away from us. And it turned out that he stood there just long enough for us to get the camera on him. I made the shot, and you can see my fire knock disappeared just behind the brush. I'm just to Mike's right, so it's a perfectly clear shot for me. The arrow goes just behind the brush, seemingly in a perfect area. I center punched him. Give me some. Guys, that was one of the biggest deer I've ever seen in my life. I smoked him. I don't even know what to say. Big buck down. After the shot, we just decided to back out, and I let the deer just lay. Well, as you saw yesterday, I hit that buck in this thick brush, which was just right up here behind me. And Jason, I brought the footage back, and let you see it. What'd you think?
He's a stud. That is a buck of a lifetime right there. He's got everything.
When the fire knock, you could see it going out through there. When it hits him, there's a little bit of leaves where it got by from the camera angle, so we just decided to let him lay overnight. I mean, there's absolutely no sense in pushing a deer like that.
I mean, you can't take an option. Yeah.
So I think I caught his lungs from the video, but we're gonna find out right now. This is about where I didn't get much blood. Last night I only followed the blood for about 40 yards, just a couple of drops. If you hit them high in the lungs like that, like I think I did, they don't bleed very well. But I got a good feeling though.
I'd say so. I mean, we watched the footage over and over and everything. If the shot is what we think it is, he can't be much farther than this, where we lost blood at.
I also have a matching pair of sheds that I found a couple of years ago, and I'm pretty sure this is the same deer I've been passing on. That's what he looked like 3 years ago. So if it's the same deer, he was a good buck then.
Oh yeah, I mean,
but
great deer.
Let's let me get my bow and pick this trail back up. Bring it with you.
Bring him with me?
Yeah, let's just see, just in case we find
Good luck?
It. Yeah, good luck antlers.
Rub them together.
This is about where I lost blood yesterday. Here's my arrow.
There.
Well, that's about what we thought. We thought we got about that much penetration in him. He snapped it off, so the rest of my arrow,
you got close to
30, almost a 30-inch arrow, so the rest of my arrow is about right there. So that's,
you got over a foot in him. So.
Probably in that opposite shoulder, I'd say.
I would say so.
Well, let's keep going. Blood there. Antlers, Jason.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, he's right there. Come on. Holy cow, look at that thing. Come on. Come on. Get close. Oh my God. Yeah. Holy cow. Let's bust him out of here. Pull on it. Oh my. You have no idea what it feels like right now to know if this buck is on the ground. Last night I told you I thought he was 180.
Yeah.
And he does not have an inch of crown shrinkage to me.
Usually they do, but if anything, that footage does not do this deer justice whatsoever.
No. Holy cow.
I mean, look at that mass. I mean,
that's got to be at least 6 inches, if not better.
Oh, it just still got some velvet up in here.
Well, let's count him up. I always laugh at guys when they do this, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. He's almost got like a, oh, it's not an inch, but it's almost like a drop tine started there. He's got tiny little kickers at the bases. That velvet, that first shot we had of him, you could see that velvet. It was hanging right here off the tip. And if you look, it's white where that velvet was hanging off that tip. But wow.
That is an awesome
What a
deer.
stud.
I couldn't imagine letting this deer lay overnight and
it was
having to lay in bed thinking about it.
It was tough, brother. But like I said, I knew I put a shot on him. If you look right there, that True Fire switchblade opened up perfect like it's supposed to. I mean, I got to thank a couple people for this hunt. We're wearing Zero Detect camouflage. This stuff had me hidden on that stock. Gibbs archery gear for our accessories. True Fire for the releases and broadheads. Forge for the arrows. I mean, I don't even know what to do.
Where do you go from here?
I try to kill a bigger buck every year, but it's getting tough. Look at the purple on there. That wood patch that he was in, it's got a lot of pokeberries in it. So he's got like purple on his rack from those berries. He must have been eating those things.
I'd say so.
Is that how they get so big?
If that's a secret, I'll start growing them in West Virginia.
You're gonna have food plot companies now coming out with pokeberry plots. What a stud.
That is awesome.
Jason, I can't thank you enough.
Congratulations
for helping me out this weekend.
That is a heck of a deer.
Welcome to Boontown.
I hope I get to reach it one day.